All right, we have the same product called FS4 is used to go over subfloors. FS4 is used for saw cuts, some control joints. What it is a flexible epoxy. We specialize this for also going over subfloors and parking decks. If you're gonna do a subfloor, what you're gonna need to do, you're gonna have to go down to 3/4 inch plywood or add 3/4 inch plywood. If you're removing tile, you're gonna have to make up for that height of the tile. You're gonna glue it with liquid nails and screw it down. You probably wanna go every 3 inches or every 6 inches down. Once you're done with that, you gotta seal off the seams. If you leave it open, all your FS4 is gonna go underneath and it's gonna leak underneath the board or it might go down whatever underneath that. You could use the gel and seal it up. If you got a lot of part marks like this, I would use the gel on everything else. Cover this up, cover any indentations, any deep nails. If you leave them like that, the epoxy is going to fill it up, but what happens is when it dries and shrinks, it's going to leave little divots where everything's at. Do that before you do the fiber mesh. Once you have everything already patched up, so on down the line, you're going to have to go, this is the new fiber mesh that we go over. You want to go 3 inches on each side. You're going to prime it all the way down. You're going to wait till it gets sticky. Then you're going to grab your fiber mesh and you're going to lay it out right over the sticky stuff. Get a trowel, make sure it's nice and tight. No ripples. If you leave ripples, it's going to start sticking up. There's no way to get them down, but you're going to have to fill it up with the FS4 all the way up. Once that's dry, some guys go ahead and put, they seal off the wood with either UL7 just for it won't suck in the FS4 in there. They put they seal it off. Once it's dry, they come over with the FS4. They put anywhere between 50 to 60 square feet a gallon. You use a not squeegee. It should sell level. If it doesn't, you're gonna have to back roll it. Once you're done with that, you're gonna start your procedure, whatever you want to do on that deck. You're gonna go reflector. You're gonna go flakes. You're gonna do an overlay. You're gonna put your base coat down if you're doing a reflector or a flake. Your mesh should look like this, nice and flat and smooth. Once you're done with the base coat, you can broadcast your flakes into it. Then you can do your reflector coat. Your reflector coat is gonna be this next step. Your flakes is this step. Once you have your reflector coat, you're gonna go ahead and seal this with epoxy. You're gonna start doing, you got your reflector coat dry, then you're gonna put that urethane over the top. Here, you're gonna go ahead and same thing, you did your epoxy already, now we got the urethane. You see the difference? What happens with the urethane, keeps it shiny? This is the epoxy. From just laying around and being beat up and stuff, it dulls out. Here it didn't, here it didn't, here it did. That's why you need to put a urethane on it. This is pretty old board. So, if you're doing an overlay, what you're gonna do, you're gonna put your FS4 down. You could put a coat of UL7 and broadcast 100% silica sand into it. Once you put the silica sand, let it dry. Next day, you're gonna sweep everything up. You're gonna start your overlay over there. You're gonna put thin finish over the top. You're gonna wet the surface, same way, you gotta wet it. Put your thin finish, skim it out nice and tight. Wait till that dries. You can start doing your procedure from there. You can do another base coat with grout lines if you're gonna do whatever color. You could do trowel downs on there and you got an overlay or wood plank. Pretty simple. Any questions on this? This FS4 is very, very durable, very flexible too. If you're using it for saw cuts, what happens in the summer, you got a saw cut. Concrete's gonna shrink and contract when it cools down. This will move with it, so don't get scared if you go to the garage, all of a sudden it's hot and you see a little bulge sticking up. It's made to move, so when it cools down, it goes back down. It's flexible. Any questions?
Doing it on this plywood though, you just explained it's probably more material to do it to seal all these holes up than just get the cement board.
You do the cement board and let me know what's gonna happen.
I got a question.
If the cement board would have worked, I would have been teaching you cement board.
No,
Right, but if you're trying to cut corners and get it done faster, Go ahead. I mean, this is the right way. It's proven to be fixed. Cement board has a tendency to crack. It's being, yeah, flexible. If it cracks, if it moves, it'll crack. This is a lot easier. You may already have 3/4 inch plywood down there. All you gotta do is strip whatever's on there.
It's mentality.
Yeah, you know.
It should be 3/4.
Right. I mean, you're gonna do it the way we're teaching. You know, if you want to do it your own way, it's up to you.
Most floors
I'm here to
3/4.
show you where it's not gonna fail. If you want to
You don't have
experience
to
more,
add 3/4 on top of the existing subfloor?
you want 3/4 inches as the base one, at least. If
Yeah,
you-
the base is always 3/4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you need to make up for tile that you took out, you can use 1/4 inch
1/4
plywood.
inch.
All right. Just glue it on, so it's gonna make, 3/4 is gonna make it an inch.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be 3/4 on top of 3/4.
No, because it's gonna bring it up too high. So you gotta make sure you're down to 3/4 inch, but if it's not, it's gonna be
Yeah.
moving.
the
You
house
wanna
is
eliminate
coming
that floor to
3/4,
move.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're taking 1/4 inch tile off, then I would replace it with 1/4 inch, because this isn't gonna be that high. I mean, probably it's gonna be 3/16 maybe, if that, 1/8 of an inch.
So for if you have to meet with the hardwood floor, just put 5/8, 5,
Yeah,
and then whatever
Yeah.
left.
or you could taper it off, make it, make a sand mortar or something, and taper it off to that. Any questions? No?
Go ahead, bro. That's the simple.
The fiber mesh is made in case if it moves, it's not gonna transfer through.
You go
If this
3,
moves and this doesn't move, and you had this on there, you're gonna have a line right down the middle where it cracked.
And each day go 3 inches out?
Yeah, you wanna cover, this is 6 inches, you wanna cover 3 and 3 or a little bit longer and go over it. You're gonna wait till this gets khaki, then you're gonna put it on. Don't try to put it while it's wet. It might sit there, but as it's sitting there for a while, it might start rippling. So wait till it gets khaki and then put it down.
Put this first and then put the mesh on.
Right, you wanna prime your area, we're gonna put the mesh down.
Prime and then mesh. All right.
It comes like a big roll of toilet paper. They're up there somewhere, over there. Any questions on this?
Any kind of a special fiber mesh, just a fiber mesh?
No,
Regular.
we got
You
special, yeah,
okay.
yeah, we got it
The
here.
one that you
Do not
sell.
use drywall mesh.
No, the one
I had a
that-
guy, went to Home Depot or Menards, wanted to cut corners, bought the drywall mesh. Puts it down, comes back, the drywall mesh, the epoxy is about that low over the whole thing. And the problem is, it just shriveled up on him. He had a mess. He had to go out and cut all that up and redo it again.
Once the subfloor is prepped, you can do an overlay.
Whatever you want, but you gotta put the FS4 first, then, base coat down and broadcast silica sand into it.
So you gotta change the texture of the wood.
What do you mean?
Okay, what I'm asking is, after you seal your crack and everything, what about application do you put over?
Oh, to seal the wood, you mean?
Yeah, to seal the wood.
You could use UL7 on there to go over and seal it for the pores. It won't, suck up the FS4.
Right, that's what I, okay,
Yeah.
that was next, or
Yeah, no.
you said that prior?
No. Yeah, after you got your tape down and everything, you could seal it up.
Okay.
And then start your
You got,
process.
that's what I meant
right?
by changing
Yeah,
this.
then you're gonna put this on there, and then you're gonna put this on there, and then you're gonna do this, or you're
Right,
gonna do that.
okay,
and
okay.
that.
So this is
the
it right here.
procedure.
So this is it right here.
This is it right here, right?
Okay, okay.
Yep, that's the FS4.
This is just the base.
Oh, okay. So after
Initial
this, you gotta
base
put
and then
this.
boom.
Yep,
Either way you want to go.
right, either
Sorry.
way.
You would do this like what, like in a kitchen or something? If you
Wherever you
Anywhere.
want. We got 90,000 square foot right now going on in Cinema Studios right now, over wood plank, with 3/4 inch.
I knew you had to change, and then, but I didn't know
That's
that
it, yeah.
next level, that next step.
Right.
this, you prime this, and then you put this shit.
So
And
it's,
then this, and
the
then
floor, where the floor in the house is like an angle, like there's like a joint going in or something, with all the boxy running that way?
Well, if it's like this, yeah, you gotta be careful.
Right.
You're gonna have to make it thicker. Add siliceous powder to make it thick
You
so it
can
won't
prep
run
the
down.
floor, you can level the floor out,
Right.
right?
So what about the one that has the drain? You get
You're gonna
a,
plug everything up.
Plug it up.
Tape it up.
but he sent the floor.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really have a pitch that high like that. I mean, if it's a little bit, it's not gonna run.
Okay.
But it's still, plug everything up.
Can I do this on top of floor leveler?
Depends which way. You can't use Ardex. Ardex nothing
No,
sticks
no,
to it. We do have a self-leveler. We have a self-leveler called Baseline for industrial strength only. It's 10,500 PSI. It's the strongest stuff out there right now. It's more made for industrial floors and showrooms where they take the old tile and they beat the crap out of it.
And can you use that self-flooring if the customer wants to level out their plywood self-flooring? Can you use that self-level as well for this or no? You know, if the customer wants it all even levels or whatever, is that something you could do with the self-level? On the
Our self-lever, ours is not made to self-level or wood. Ours is only, right, it's an industrial.
if they want that, they gotta fix the whole thing.
Yeah. Any questions?
You gotta level the floor first.
This one is the Gale. What is this? Is this the one level? The Gale?
Gel for the crack.
No, it's regular PT1. You can use Vaseline, you get any kind of epoxy you can use.
Okay. Just to fill
Yep.
everything, all the voids, holes.
Well, we're gonna use, you can use a Cove gel to fill up all the little pinholes.
Okay.
The gel that we showed the thing, skim over it, it gets hard, then you go right over it.
Okay.
Alright,
This will really fill this in, huh?
what's that?
This SF4 right here, all this.
Yeah, that's what it's after here, look at here, see?
This is the first step, second step, third step.
Right, but you gotta
shit, I
put it
didn't
on
see
thick.
this.
And if you let it ripple, you see how it comes up? You're gonna have to put more over it.
What happened here to here? You flush to.
Maybe the plywood is full.
If the plywood was warped lower there.
So that's gonna show with this though, right?
You got the flush joints not 100% level.
Yeah.
You're gonna have the same thing.
Right.
That's why if you put a self-leveler first, but he doesn't have one that's
Full plywood.
Yeah, we just go right over the plywood, we don't put no self-leveler on there.
So then you will see this
Yeah,
at
you're
this
gonna have-
place.
Well, you're not gonna see this, it's covered.
This transition here, this pitch, you'll see that once you
No,
put that coat
it's gonna
on.
be all smooth.
Everything is gonna
This
level
is
out.
just showing your steps. That's why.
You should-
I'll get what you asked.
Yeah.
It's gonna level out.
Yeah, you're gonna have different thickness, but it's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
one whole
all
piece.
smooth.
Okay.
It's gonna level into it. You know what I'm saying? If this whole thing was here, you wouldn't see this. Because he'll place this over here. My question is
It's gonna
this.
be like a hardwood floor here.
Right.
What's in here? What's in the crack?
That's the flexible filler that he was saying.